and it's really cool, chill here in Bangalore. I hope you all are having a great evening. It's a Friday. Friday is always something very nice. Friday is a great evening. Welcome back to your favorite channel, DCA Live. We care, we share, and we are on air. And I am your host, RJ Rudra, today. And it's Friday, 5:30 p.m., which means it's time for another, let's call it enlightening today. We'll call it enlightening episode of Cornerstone Weaving Workplace. And we look at human dynamics and look beyond our tech domain and the analytical skills or the business skills. That's what this whole show is about. Cornerstone Weaving Workplace. Okay. And today I'm going to talk about something which is, which is very basic, but of incredible power. That's what I'm going to talk about. Before I go ahead and start off into the show, of what I'm going to talk about, right? So I'm going to talk about something, I'm going to start with something that is very old, but very precious, okay? So that is what is something that I'm going to start with, right? So I think there's I'm going to start with something from Tirukkural today, right? So that's what it is. Innandri kundrarkum uirundam, uivillai sei nandri kundra magarkku. Okay, I repeat that. Innandri kundrarkum uivundam, uivillai sei nandri kundra magarkku, which means someone who forgets, gratitude is unpardonable. That's what it means. Okay. So for my friends on the other side, in Kapu, ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮರ್ಯಾದಿಸದ ಅಥವಾ ಮರೆಯುವ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮೆಯಾಗದೇ ಇರುವ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಮೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪದವನ್ನೇ ಈ ವಾಕ್ಯ ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ. Right, so that's what it is, gratitude, right? So, and gratitude also starts with appreciation also, right? So I'm going to talk about something which you're going to thank people, and you're also going to go ahead and appreciate people. And appreciation is a way of thanking people for something that they've done, right? So that's what it is. I appreciate it. I thank you for this. That's what we're going to talk about today. And in our busy life, it's easy to overlook the simple but profound act of acknowledging a job well done, right? So, but trust me, a well-placed compliment or something that is expressing a genuine thank you and a gratitude can be the secret to success, right? It's just that makes you from a normal to an ordinary, person to being someone who's extraordinary. And it also gets a sense of being engaged, being motivated, and harmonious, especially when you work within the teams and outside the team. And we're going to talk about it, and we're going to explore about a few effective ways of recognition here. Now, first thing is, we all say thank you, we all say please, we all say appreciate it. But there's something, the power of specific price. Like, let's talk about this, the power of specific price. Think about it this way. We all keep hearing, as I said, great job, good work, thank you, appreciate it. It is well-intentioned, but with the number of times this has been used, these phrases often fall flat, correct? And one more reason, other than being repetitive, is they lack detail. It's like you tell your chef, right? So your food is good, or you tell your mom, right? Right, so food was good, and or your wife, food is good. So they always ask, really? That's the expression that they give you. So that's why, what does that even mean when you say it flat, right? So what can you add to it? It's being specific, or a specific price is like a spotlight. It highlights exactly what was done well and why it mattered. Okay. Maybe next time you're sitting in a meeting, you saw someone give a good presentation. Instead of just saying great presentation, probably try it out this way. I was really impressed with how you broke down those complex sales figures in your presentation. Use the name as well. Okay, you want to say it to John, say, John, I was really impressed with how you broke down those complex sales figures in your presentation. Also tell what it meant to you. It made me understand the data clear. And I hope it was for everyone, but I could see the team nodding along. So that really meant that breaking this down and the effort you had taken to do this is really great. Now you see the difference, that specific feedback or specific acknowledgement tells John exactly what he did right. All right. So it makes it more likely that it's a reinforcement behavior for one, and two, they're going to feel happy about what they did. And more often, if you can do this in the group setup that you wear, it really helps. And also, it's kind of recognizing that them within that group. And when you're specific, you show you genuinely noticed the effort and understood their contribution. It builds confidence and reinforces the behaviors you want to see from them. So next time, take that extra moment to pinpoint the specific action, the effort, or the positive outcome. The power of specific price can be about pinpointing specific action of what they did, the effort behind it, or the positive outcome of it. That's what I'm talking about, is the power of specific price. Now, when do you want to appreciate? Okay. That's what I'm going to talk about on the next, public or private recognition. Okay. Our next point, this is about public or private recognition. This is where understanding your colleagues come into play. Notes, let's be honest. Everyone thrives, okay, for spotlights and appreciations. Some people absolutely love being recognized in front of a group, a peer, a team, or a floor. A shout out in a team meeting, an announcement in the company newsletter, or even an award. This public acknowledgement can boost morale and create a sense of shared success. However, a few of them really do not want to come to the limelight, and they want to be, they're probably uncomfortable when you put a spotlight on them. They feel embarrassed. They might even prefer a quiet one-on-one conversation. An email would matter to them, or a note to return to them. This is what matters to them, and that's private recognition. Okay, and it can also mean that you personally called them and appreciated it. Here's what is the tricky part. You need to know for which event, or for what, and for whom you have to do this. The key here is to know the individual. It could be a supervisor, it could be a team member, it could be anybody. Pay attention how people react to different forms of praise. And then you ensure you want to, get the lights on them, or possibly just go ahead and give a note to them separately, right? But if you don't know what to do, it's better you do a public recognition, because it's kind of, it takes the blame away from you, possibly that you really didn't recognize me in public. So that's one way of doing it. Okay. So that's what is a recognition. And I always look at recognitions as something, as a Thanksgiving to it. Okay. Now, another part to it. Success is always appreciated. The efforts are not. I repeat. Success are always something that will always be recognized, and efforts will not be. That means, in simple terms, you always appreciate an outcome, not an effort, right? So that's where you want to recognize efforts and not just the outcomes. We often, focus on the big wins. We often go ahead and appreciate people on things that they've done and what it has done to us, but in the efforts behind it. Okay, like we recognize successful projects, targets met, and absolutely deserve recognitions, no doubt about it. But what about the countless hours on dedication, the persistence that's gone through those challenges, and the continuous learning that goes into achieving those outcomes? That's what is supposed to be recognized. Sometimes, with great effort, right? Like what happens in a tournament, right? So what happened in any of these big tournaments, you reach the final, you do not win the final, and it's just that one match that you lost. But the effort to reach the final should not be undermined, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So recognizing the efforts also will build resilience, which is the quality for someone to bounce, and encouraging continuous improvement. And it also ensures that you are there to support when you see an effort and a hard work. And it is also valued, right? So that's where it is. Sometimes it's not immediately getting you the results, but it reinforces a culture of learning and growth. That's very important. Okay, so 3 things that we have seen so far, quickly paraphrasing their names or just listing them out. Power of specific price. Okay. And the second one was public versus private recognition. The third one is recognizing efforts, not just outcomes. And the fourth one right now is also about how do you go ahead and do that? Peer-to-peer recognition. Sometimes what happens here with us is, as employees, when there's a peer succeeding, just wait for either a supervisor, the manager, or the leadership to appreciate. Okay. Take that moment for your team member who sits right next to you and works. Okay. Peer group appreciation and recognition is something which is very, very filling for an employee. Some of the most powerful and authentic recognition comes from colleagues. Okay. When peers acknowledge each other's contribution, it fosters a strong sense of teamwork, mutual respect, and shared responsibility. It becomes your responsibility to appreciate your peers. Now, that's what it is to go ahead and do that. How can you do that? Even just encouraging a team member, verbally appreciating in a team meeting. You know what? I just want to take a moment to appreciate his or her effort. That's what it is. Or you can just write a note to the team and talk about it. So that's what we're talking about. That's a shout out. Okay. So that's what it is. And finally, as I said at the beginning, I started here with the Tirukkural. It's like you want to thank someone effectively. Saying thank you effectively is a key thing. Okay. So let's look at it this way. Okay. Let's talk about something that we all do, but we can probably, do better with it, right? So saying thank you. Okay. Thank you, someone, just does something for you or the team does for you. But just like praise, it gains immense strength when it's delivered thoughtfully. Okay. An effective thank you most often goes beyond just the words. It includes genuine sincerity, often accompanied by, a sense of celebration, a sense of oneness, and always like what I meant by the price of being precise while praising, adding a reason for the thanks. Thank you for staying late to finish the report, John. It really helped us meet our deadline and presented a professional image to the client. Right. So it's not about thank you. It's also about the time that someone has given you additionally, and you recognizing it and putting it into a positive impact. So that's what it is. And when most often we say this verbally, it also means that you want to take a note somewhere and go ahead and make use of the written media, maybe your office messengers like your Slack or your Google Chat or anything that's available. Just send a thank you note maybe copying the entire group that worked on a task or a project. Okay, a quick email is even better. Sometimes you can also send an handwritten note and take a picture of it, or you can do whatever, but that makes a lasting impression. Okay, it kind of shows you took the time and effort to express your gratitude, making the recipient really feel truly valued, right? So that's very, very important. So remember, a sincere and a specific thank you makes someone very special. It makes someone's day, beautiful and nice, and it always reinforces positive relationships. Okay, I'm going to stop here and then see if there's any question, comment, someone who's joined me here, or from any of the group chat or anything like that. Priya, anybody around, or Srilekha, whoever is around. Any questions from you or the group or anybody? All right. So how do you feel when people appreciate you, Priya? How do you feel? Can you just tell me, when was the last time you received an appreciation and then you felt good about it? I really appreciate you that you stand in as a host always when someone is not available. Okay, right? Uh, that's something that I really want to take this moment. Okay, people, I'm appreciating Priya. I've seen Nana Priya host this show when someone is not available. She's been really stepped in, and you're an accountify, are you not? Right. So with all her work, she comes here and takes time, and then helps Srilekha and the DC Live group host a few more shows. So thank you, Priya. I really appreciate your efforts here. Yeah. All right. Great. Okay. So that is what appreciation can. I really can feel that smile on Nana Priya right now, right? So I think that's what it is, right? So that's what makes the difference, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Look beyond work and look beyond your schedules and your tasks and everything. Okay, so that's very, very important that we take these moments, because that's what makes the workplace happier, a happy place to work, and you always feel about nice coming back to work and doing something at work. Okay, so that is what is important in terms of one appreciating another, right? So great. Okay, and so that's what Priya felt right now, right? So I think we really wanted to take that moment and did that. Okay, let's also see. So there's no one sitting on the Google Meet here, Priya? Is there someone? Oh, okay. So I know, right? So I think,
Yes, sir, I'm there.
hey, Shakti, what's up? How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How about
Great.
you?
When was the last time someone appreciated you, Shakti? If not, then I'm not going to repeat what I did to Jnanapriya because it makes it look very dramatic. Then I'll do that. You get your appreciations. Okay, right? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, somebody appreciating me. Recently, also, Sri Lanka ma'am appreciating me.
Nice.
I created one website for hackathon project.
Okay.
So she was appreciate me.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Nice. Great. Okay. So that is what is, right? So I think, see, here's what I'm talking about, right? So both of them, Jnanapriya or Shakti or me, anybody who's sitting out here thrives for that, right? So I think Shakti, this could have happened 2-3 days ago, but he remembers it and he feels it when he talks about it. That's what that makes the difference of how nice do you feel when someone says thank you to you for doing something, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Recognition. Thank you is a recognition. Okay, right. So got it. All right. Then, so another way of doing this. Okay, continuing. All right, I just wanted to engage and see what just happened in terms of recognizing and everything. So another way of doing this, people. So we just spoke about 5 ways of doing it, and one more way of doing this is something which is celebrating milestones and anniversaries, because anything that has a milestone and anniversary or any timeline, it's absolutely something which is very significant for someone in their lives, right? So let's look at it this way, right? So there's a milestone that someone achieves. You could be a simple number in business, or you just did something over the week. You had to achieve that, and that's still a milestone. So this is one of the pillars for praise and recognizing. Okay, so that's also very, very important, celebrating milestones and anniversaries beyond. And I'm talking about sometimes it could be just a project completion and daily task, but then look at something beyond project completions, daily tasks. There are significant personal and professional milestones in the workplace that deserve attention. And these can include, as I said, work anniversaries, promotion, successful completion of a training program, and sometimes even some additional learning or graduations that someone has got for themselves. Acknowledging a work anniversary, for instance, isn't about noting the passage of time, right? It's not about, you completed another year, great. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about recognizing the dedication, the loyalty, because someone completing, say about 3 years, right? Roughly, they have come to work 300 odd days in a year, and 3.5 years they have had the focus, the dedication, the mind and the strength to come back to work every 1,000 mornings, right? So that they have woke up, they have come back to work, made their mind up to come back to work. That's what we're talking about. When you look at it, it is only about, okay, 3 years, 3.5 years, but someone doing it, they've come to work for 1,000+ days. When they've woken up 1,000, when they've woken up on these 1,000 mornings, they felt, okay, I'm energetic to go back to work. I'm feeling nice to go back to work. Whatever the reason they've come to work, but then they've ensured that they've come to work. So that's something that you need to recognize. How much of effort, how much of contribution towards that would have come over those number of days they've come to work, right? So that's very, very important. And happy, that's the happiness that they've felt that they've come back to work. I always say this at my trainings also, right? So every morning when you wake up, ask yourself, are you happy about coming back to work? Come to work if your answer is yes. If your answer is no, even then please come to work, because we are here to help you. There's a HR team which is supporting you. There's a training team that's supporting you. There is a finance team and an accounts team waiting to pay for you salary. They work for you. So many other teams that work for you. That's the perspective. Especially, it's not that you work for the company. There are many other teams within the company that works for you to come to work. Look at it that way, right? There's an admin team, there's a facility team, there's an HR team, there's a finance team, there's a training team. These 5-6 teams work for you to come to work, right? That's how it is. And that's how, that's when you realize that is when you get a sense of belongingness, and this helps you come to work. And when you come to work regularly, recognizing and celebrating that, and these acts of recognition build a sense of belonging and reinforce the idea that individuals are valued members of the team, the project, and the organizational family. That's what I mean. All right, people. That's all I had for this evening show of Cornerstone Weaving Workplace. Okay, I also feel nice to be appreciated. Just go ahead and put your messages on the DC Live chat box or on the in-call message here on this meeting. How was the show? And we want to do more of this. If If you guys have a choice that you want me to talk about something, you want me to, have present you guys a new topic, I'm more than happy about it. Let's go ahead and do that. But it's always a pleasure to be here on DC Live. So that's all I had for this show. And the Cornerstone Weaving Workplace of an episode filled with gratitude for effective praise and recognition. Right? So that's what we spoke about. That's all the time we had for this week's Cornerstone Weaving Workplace, and which talks about human dynamics. I hope today's insights inspire you to spread more praise, recognition, and gratitude at workplace. Remember, we're building stronger and a connected team. And one acknowledgement at a time is what you want to do. Over the coming week, just go ahead and see where are the opportunities for you to recognize someone else, thank someone else, spread your gratitude towards them. Okay. Join us next Friday at 5:30 p.m. right here on DC Live. We care, we share, and we are on air. Until then, keep caring, keep sharing, and keep those words of appreciation flowing. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.